Welcome back to the channel, folks. Mr. H here, and we're talking about Terminator today. Now, this is the sequel to Terminator 2 Judgment Day, so however you want to define a reboot or a soft reboot, it doesn't really matter. This movie is wiping everything else clean from the slate, as if it never happened. It is the true sequel to Terminator 2, as per James Cameron and everyone involved in the project. Now, this film has long been in discussions through to its apparently female-dominated leads, through to the fact that we don't know whether we're even seeing John Connor in this movie. But what has also been a topic of theories and discussions has been what the name for the movie is due to be. Now, there were some teasers before which seemed to indicate that it was going to be called Terminator Phoenix, which would have made an awful lot of sense. From what it's actually telling through to just generally speaking the timeline that it's setting up. However, in a recent interview with Yahoo, James Cameron has seemingly revealed, he's revealed the working title for the film. So he stated that they are optimistic about people and our capacity to solve problems. We're calling it Terminator Dark Fate. That's our working title right now. So, a few things to unpack there. I mean, Dark Fate makes sense, I guess. I mean, it's fairly generic, but a lot of these movies tend to be quite generic nowadays. And I mean, titles, really, what can you glean from that? I mean, it's a future about a post-apocalyptic universe. I mean, of course it's the Dark Fate. Maybe you could flip this on its head and say they're trying to prevent the Dark Fate, which I guess, yeah, that could... or again, could also make an awful lot of sense. But, I mean, what can you tell from this? Not an awful lot. It's interesting, I guess, but it's fairly generic. It's a bit of a shame that it is fairly generic, but I'm not too disappointed by it, because again, like I said, what else were you going to call it? What I am more interested to see is how the first trailer goes down. Removing my own personal opinions from this film, generally speaking, a lot of people who are fans of the franchise do seem quite triggered by the female-centric focus on this movie. So I will be intrigued to see how the first trailer goes down, what they show in that first trailer, because I think what they reveal in the first trailer will be highly indicative of whether they have been tracking the response to everything that's been going on. And what I mean by that is, if it's just all women in the trailer, then I would imagine they've not really been tracking the general fan response to everything that's come out. And again, this is not my personal opinion on the film itself, but it's merely a observation of what's going on. So I will be intrigued to see what the first trailer holds and what it reveals. And I think that will be indicative of how they've been tracking everything. But anyway, there you go. There's the title. It could change. Terminator Dark Fate, absolutely it could change. That's just a working title. So there's a high chance it could change. There's a high chance it could still be Phoenix. Who knows? But what do you think? Let me know down below in the comment section. And obviously, because James Cameron is out and about doing the rounds for the Alita Battle Angel film, which is fantastic. You really should go and see it, actually. I've reviewed it on the channel. Very, very good film. But because he is doing the press rounds, he also revealed some other snippets of information. He spoke about Tim Miller. He said, he's a very willful and opinionated director, and he's got his own ideas for the film. I'm kind of like his Pips. He's Gladys. So there's that. But then he also spoke about Arnold Schwarzenegger, which we know is his longtime friend, and revealed that he wouldn't be involved in any films unless Arnold was back, which I guess kind of doubles down on what he stated about Terminator Genisys. He said that was the true sequel and all this kind of nonsense, but then he also came out afterwards and said, oh yeah, I just said that because I wanted the film to do well, which is hilarious because he openly admitted that he lied. But he also stated, look, I can't be involved in this film at all if Arnold is not in it. Arnold's back, and he is bad, and he is a different Terminator than you've seen before. So, that's interesting to see that, once again, Arnold is playing a Terminator. Again, I know a lot of people will say this has long been confirmed. I guess it has. But it's just a shame to see him doing the same Terminator thing again. I'd like to see him as the human that the Terminator was modelled on, but there's that. He also spoke about Sarah Connor and said that fans are going to want to see her again, and they're going to want to see what time and dealing with these tragic futures has done to her. He also spoke about the Sarah Connor character and said that she is now hardened and stronger from her experiences, which is, pretty obviously. And he also said that Linda is there to kick ass and take names. And he also confirmed that, yeah, it is a very female-centric film. So, there you go. That's the news, I guess. As always, if you're new here, hit subscribe, stay up to date on all the world of pop culture and movie news. And if you like this video, please do give it a like and a share. As always, I've been Mr. H.